Yo, you mean to tell me you ain't never heard of Keep It Real Reloaded? What? Are you serious? Keep It Real Reloaded? Man, just watch this. Welcome back to Keep It Real. Welcome back to Keep It Real Reloaded. I'm your host, legendary Robert Wyndham, and welcome to Keep It Real Reloaded. I am your host, the often imitated, never duplicated, the legendary Robert Wyndham. Legendary Robert Wyndham. Legendary Robert Wyndham, and I'm here again, keeping it real, doing what I do, how I do it. And I got a phenomenal show today with tremendous guests, as we always had tremendous drink. We ain't got no food because they threw it out. So we're gonna get started over here. It's like a honey bun in here. So what we gonna do is I'm gonna get started. Your left, my right. Over here on the left, I've been knowing this gentleman for a very long time, probably his whole life. The man who used to stay at his crib. We've been in the weddings together. We done did everything together except share the same chick, which is all right. My cousin, Craig Harris. What's happening, What's up, cool? And where can they find you at?
I'm gonna know that till everybody
Hey, don't look for her. And this young lady right next to me, Felicia East, aka Fifi. She used to sing solos at First Jurisdiction, but now she don't. Bishop didn't like it, and I don't like it either. Multi-talented, I'm just so finally happy to have her on this show. I've been chasing her for 6 shows, and now she done came. I said
Thank
6.
You, 3.
It's been 6.
BFF.
And then, but she made it.
I made it.
Fifi,
I made it.
what can they find you with?
Facebook, Felicia East.
Turn up.
And let me see. God sent off living gmail.com.
Gmail.com.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
Over here to my right.
Ooh,
I've known her whole life as well.
Shine.
One of the members of the LV Masterpieces. The Block 10 represent all day.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on now, ready.
Totally singing.
Head out, soul manager. Head out, soul. In the house.
The Shara Deal. Shara, where can they find you at? You don't want to find you either.
Facebook.
You and Craig. On Facebook. Find her. And this is one of my favorite people over here on the head. Cecily Argue.
Hey.
Don't be confused by her last name.
Please don't.
She really sweet. And she'll be late for church. And I don't even know how she used to do that, but she was.
That's all right. That's all right. I made it.
But she made it with the Lord on her side.
Yes.
So, Cecily, where can they find you at?
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
All right.
Cecily Arden.
Cecily Argue. Find her. Find her. Lift these people up.
I'm glad everybody said all the things.
It's gonna be a church.
Look for me.
And how y'all doing today? We're about to have a great show. We're gonna get started with our first segment of the day. It's a segment that actually I found out it was gonna be very interesting. I did a lot of research on it myself, and I found out that it's really tough out here in the dating game.
Oh, yes.
And when you actually dating and you actually have somebody that you are with, you come up with things that y'all might be together in the end, y'all might not, or you just may be happy with being together at the end. So we're gonna be talking about this first segment. When dating exclusively is marriage the ultimate goal? I'm not gonna start this segment off because I think I might be the only person in this panel that's married currently. All right, unless some of y'all snuck off and did something. But I know there's one other person out here who was married since recently to be able to touch on that. So we're gonna go ahead and start right here. I'm all right to my with Shara.
All right,
Why
Shara.
you gotta say
Take it, Shara.
Come on, Shara.
Shara? So, when dating exclusively, well, first, are you dating exclusively?
Absolutely.
All
Absolutely.
right.
So, Shara, you in an exclusive relationship. So,
Yes.
give me your thoughts about this. Dating exclusively, is marriage your ultimate goal with Joseph?
Ultimately, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Are we building to get there? Yes. Is it important? Yeah, because if he died, I need his money.
Honey.
Oh, Lord.
That's a finally.
I love him to death, literally. But I think it's important just for, even the sacredcy of being with someone. You don't want to be with multiple people and disease and trauma and babies. Oh, sorry.
Disease and drama and
Yeah,
babies.
because we all know, even when you date exclusively, everybody's on a case. Everyone's having sex. So it's important to be exclusive with someone and
Look at Shara.
have one partner
Yes.
and keep it safe.
That's right.
So, is marriage the ultimate goal? Yeah, absolutely.
Is that your ultimate goal and yours?
Yeah.
Okay. You think it's happening shortly? We're gonna keep that on.
I can't marry myself. So that's it.
Hey.
And I don't do the role reversal with alcohol. That's how I
Don't ever do that, ladies. Don't
So-
you ever ask no man to marry you.
In life.
He better do it himself and
Exactly.
love you and appreciate you.
Absolutely.
You feel me? Let's go slide over here. So we're gonna stay right here on this side. Let's go with Cicely. Cicely, since you got your lip gloss popping.
Oh,
What's
dumb
good?
girl.
I do believe that if you're in an exclusive relationship for an extended amount of time, that marriage should be the goal. I mean, what are we doing? We're
Exactly.
just playing with each other. What are we doing? So I believe that initially upon meeting somebody, you try to get to know them. But if you're in a relationship for over a year, then we need to, it doesn't have to happen at that time, but what are we leading up to? Are we just dating to be dating? At my age, it's too late in the game to be playing games. I'm just trying to, you know what I mean? I don't have time to be playing with you, so that's why I'm single right now, because, there's too many games out here, and ultimately, yes, I believe that if you're dating exclusively, it should be leading to something.
So you telling me these brothers out here playing games?
I promise. I promise. It ain't even no two ways about it. I'm talking about brothers in the church. I'm talking about brothers in the street. I'm talking about they all out here playing games.
Yeah.
They better get their lives together.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard out here, and especially hard if you have some integrity. They don't want you to have that, because there's so many women out here that's just giving it out. So you have any little bit of integrity, you think you somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, I am somebody.
Lord have mercy.
You just getting my goodies. Sorry.
You can't get the goodies. You're gonna have to do some work in.
I have to put
I
some
like
work
that.
in.
I like that, sister.
I have
That's
to.
it.
For real. All right, we're gonna slide over here on the next side. We're gonna go with you, Mr. Craig Harris. What's your thought about it, cuz? Dating exclusively
Dating exclusive.
and marriage being the ultimate goal.
I've been married, but that's not me.
That's not you.
No.
What you mean, elaborate?
Wait a minute.
I said that ain't
Just messed me up. I was never
I wasn't
expecting
either.
me. Me either. Go ahead.
Come on, elaborate, Bishop.
I appreciate the honesty, though.
I'm just being honest because
that. Yeah.
I don't like nobody being dictator, being you know how y'all know how y'all women can be. Where you been? Who you with? Let me see your phone. Where you going? When you coming? I don't want to be bothered with that, man. I want there to go and do what I want to do when I want to do. I'm not saying that
You gonna be out here flaming.
I'll be out here with this woman, that woman, this woman. I'm just saying I can be with one woman, but I don't want to be married. I don't want that. This is a title to me now. I've been there because I know people that got married. They was together for 10, 15 years. Good. They get married. They divorced in a year. So to me, I mean, I just say what God said. Yeah, you're gonna be married, not gonna be playing house, but sometimes you just got to do what's best for you, and marriage is not for me.
Was it the experience that, well, I'm gonna get to you, Fifi, in a second. Was it the experience that you had that kind of soured you to that, or you just felt like when you was in it and you experienced that, you just was like, nah, I'm
When I
off.
was in it, nah, then I met somebody from my church. They want to get married. They got a ready-made family. I mean, I don't mean just one. They got 2 kids.
You got another.
And I have none.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe later on, but see, I'm 35, I'm getting old. So maybe down the line, I might find out what I want to get married to, but right now, nah.
You understand that it's all about the experience. So, like, you may have had a bad experience, but once you meet the right woman, or should I say the woman that's for you,
Right.
it might, you might feel a little different. The woman that's not doing the checks and balances, because all women aren't like that. A lot of women can be controlling, but all women don't try to control you. So you may find somebody who you like, well, you didn't even ask me where I was today. I mean, it's all about finding a person that's right for you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the one at church, she don't control. She want me to control her. I ain't trying to control nobody. Well, baby, should I do it this way? I don't know. You got your own mind. You had them kids before I was even around you.
No, I understand.
You know what though, even as a single parent, every woman, as a single parent, you would like for somebody to come in and help, and not necessarily be the father to those children, because they have a father, but
Get insight.
like, you want a partnership, and that's what marriage is. It's a partnership. So absolutely, I'm going to come to you and say, honey, what do you think about this? Or what do you think about this? Absolutely, I have my own mind and my own opinion, but I value yours as my partner.
Right.
What you think, but back to you, cuz, do you think if you were dating exclusively like now, do you think it would just be a long-term relationship? Or it'd just be like, we dating, but that's it? Because you don't,
I don't want to be out here, going from her to her. You know what I'm saying? I want to be with somebody, but I just don't want to get married, man. I just don't want to be married.
That's respect. What about you, Felicia? You back straight? Fifi.
Okay, so what's the question?
1, 2, 3, 4. The question is.
I've been marinating on everything I've heard thus far.
Perfect. When dating exclusively, is marriage the ultimate goal?
Well, that depends.
Okay.
That depends on the person.
Okay.
It's pretty much about what you want, and you finding somebody that wants the same thing you want.
Okay, that's fair.
Me growing up, we PK'd, been Kojic, been in the church my entire life. I just wasn't one of the girls that was on the altar praying for a husband fresh out of high school.
Yeah, you should be.
You know what I'm saying? No, but it was a lot of them that was on that.
Lord,
Yeah,
mercy,
go high
for real.
school.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, for a while, growing up in church as a young girl growing up, that was, painted as the ultimate goal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And right now to this day, women, not to get off the subject, but just about maybe 6 months to a year ago, I was having some words with another good Christian sister, and things weren't going in her favor, and she thought that she was throwing a jab by saying, that's why you weren't married yet. I didn't even know how to rebuttal to that. I'm like, ma'am, it's 2016. Are you kidding me?
Right.
Is that all we're living for?
Yeah.
It was 1,000 things I wanted to do as a woman
Right.
before I got married. I wanted to own property. I wanted to travel the country.
Okay.
For me, I wanted to have a child out of wedlock.
Wait.
Among somebody.
Wait a minute.
Why? I'm just saying.
You running into men like you that saying, no, don't come talk to me about your kid issues.
Exactly.
You had them before you met me.
So you just-
I better get my man together. Dealing with some brothers out.
It's not even like
I'm just
She said
picture that is painted like this is the ultimate end all. And if you're not married by a certain age, women in church look at you differently. You know, you grew up as little Fifi, the pastor's daughter, and now you're a woman. And I don't even really want you talking to my husband now because you a grown woman now. You know, so things happen, like things change, you know. It's different elements that, but you know, to get back to the question at hand, you know, again, it's an individual thing. And I mean, when you're a grown, it comes with maturity.
Right.
You know, first you have to know what you want. Growing up in church, people told us what we wanted.
Right.
Somebody been
That's
lying.
tough.
True that.
Somebody been lying. That ain't what I wanted, mother, such and such.
Not mother
That's what
such.
you wanted for your children.
Yes.
That ain't what I wanted. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was doing. Yeah.
You know, so, you know, to thine own self be true.
Right.
You know, me and my parents, we have an awesome relationship. You know, they were the first to know when I had a child out of wedlock at 35.
Did you
Who
feel
cares?
good about
You know,
that?
in the world, it's like, what? Your dog? I'm only a boy.
As long as it's not good to you.
But I was good. I was in a good place.
That's it.
And I was all right with it.
And I saw you was killing when you was
Let me
pregnant.
tell you something. I enjoyed my pregnancy. You know, let me tell you, it's so funny because one of the mothers at the church came to me and said, baby, I want you to be encouraged. You got one baby, baby, I got 4.
Oh, Lord.
Come on,
She
somebody.
80.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
She
So,
lady, she
you
get
know,
it. Yeah.
you know, you just have to, you know, be real with yourself, know what you want,
Right.
and go after that and don't settle.
I'm sorry. I like that.
That's it, you know?
We're going to leave it right there. And it's going to come back to me.
Woo, woo.
Hold on, buddy. Y'all see my thing? Okay, for sure. I'm live.
Amazing.
I'm finna wrap up this segment of
Keep
this
it
first
real.
segment. This first segment of dating and being exclusive. Is marriage ultimate goal? I'm gonna be honest with you. Like Cecily said, you know, you don't want to be out here. These brothers out here playing games. You know what I mean? And you don't want to be one of those dudes. So I think if you're gonna date somebody exclusively and just be with that person, I say you go ahead and do the right thing, put a ring on it, and move on from there, and then just build from that joint. And then you should be able to be successful in your approach. So, like I said, like everybody said, I enjoyed everybody's input on it, different things, but hey, I love it. So I think you should get married. That should be your ultimate goal. If you ain't ready, like I said, be honest with yourself and don't pull nobody into that, because marriage is not a game.
That's right.
And we will be back after this. Keep it real reloaded.
I'm saying.
Keep it real reloaded. Just off of our dating exclusively section, marriage being the ultimate goal. And we're back for section 2 of Keep It Real Reloaded. And we're going to be talking about a topic that's kind of real out here. Is there a double standard when it comes to sex with men and women? Meaning that men can be out here doing whatever they want to do without no sense of regards, without any problems, and there's nothing. But women come out and do the exact same thing, and they call it a thought or a hoe, because I'm from the old school. A hoe, or she call, what else they call it? A slut,
Or bad.
a hoe bag, you know, just all types of stuff. But men are just okay with doing that. So we're gonna talk about that segment. We're gonna start with you, Cecily, since you're sitting right next to me. What's your thoughts on this? Do you think it's a double standard?
It always has been. I mean, even back in the Bible days, they stoned a woman for being an adulteress. You know, you get caught getting down, they will kill her.
Boy,
We didn't hear about the man getting stoned, she got stoned. So you know, it's always been a double standard. I think Steve Harvey said it best. A woman can't do what a man can do and still be called a lady. It's just one of those things where, you know, it's just always been that way. Is it right? Absolutely not.
Right.
Men go out there, they can have as many women as they want, they get patted on the back, oh, you're a player, you're a pimp, you know, whatever the case may be. But a woman,
That's my dog.
the more partners you have, the more it's like, I mean, I have to, you know, be honest, you know, I don't raise my daughter, I wouldn't be the woman that would be out there like that, but it's just always been. I mean, I don't know what else to say about that, because it's just always been that way. I don't think it's right, but at the same time, Right is right and wrong is wrong.
That's tough, because it seemed like they were stoning back then, but they still stoning, but just not
With the words,
physically,
yeah.
but they stoning with the words.
Yeah.
What about you, Craig? What you think? Do you think it's a double standard when men and women when it comes to sex?
Yeah, I mean, because you know, a woman can do the same thing a man can do. I'm talking about like sexual wise. Like a woman can have more than one partner. It's easy for a woman to do than a man.
That's true.
So much easier. All you gotta do is blink their eye. Hey,
You know, there's some thirsty ones out there. We going.
You know, so it is. I mean, but it works both ways. A man could be a whore. A woman can be a whore. I mean, if you sleeping with more than one person, something is wrong with that. You shouldn't. That goes for men and women.
Think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Tell me more about that. I like that. Where you going with that? Tell me more about that. Because that's good. That's good. I like that.
Okay, you sleeping with this person.
Right.
Sleeping with this person. You don't know who she's sleeping with. She got something, then they got something, then you get something, then she didn't get something, then somebody else will get something. Everybody do. Everybody's sick. You got something.
They through, cuz.
Yeah.
That's why STDs are
All falling down.
Yeah.
So, you know, it works both ways. A woman can, both of them shouldn't be sleeping with everybody and anybody.
They say these hoes be for everybody, though. That's what they say.
They say these whole thing, Lord.
They say these hoes that look.
I heard about them being loyal though. I know someone that's loyal. Yeah, I heard about them being
For everybody.
So maybe the double standard changes. So now, you know.
I guess if you don't that means you ain't loyal.
I be a man on one.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's true.
Not being loyal.
That's true. And mostly, I mean, I think most of the for men, that might be for us because I think women, when it comes to this is my thought. Then we're gonna let Shara close down. We're gonna just open it up. I think that it's a double. Of course, it's a double standard. It's always had. Like Cicely said, back in the day, they was stoning these women. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Even Jesus had to step in on one rip and said, "We without sin cast the first stone." You know what I'm saying? He had to step in on that. So it's like, my take on it is this. I feel what Cuz saying. Hey, it's not good to sleep with more than one person because it can be, especially in the black community, it can be a trail of sexually transmitted diseases passed along. Also, there can be a trail of children.
Yeah.
Children.
Yeah.
Passing on because you over here with old girl, who you got your chick, and you over here with old girl.
At the statue.
You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, sometimes that night it might get rough. You might not be able to throw a condom on. And you like, well, if I just, this one time I'll be straight, and all they do is take us that one time.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, 9 months later, she calling like, so are you gonna come up here for the delivery? You gonna meet me up at Ingles? I'm not gonna say St. James. You're gonna meet me up in Ingles because we about to have a baby. Then after that, then you're gonna go chase somebody else, and then it is a vicious circle. So man, we gotta get our whole stuff together.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I understand, you know, they say these hoes be for everybody. But the women probably could just be talking about us, to be honest with you. It could be, like Shara said, it could be flipped. You know what I'm saying? Because men nowadays, because even back to the marriage discussion, men nowadays, because there's so many more women on earth than it is men. For men, it's like a buffet out here. We can eat from all of it. You know what I mean? Without no regards. You know what I'm saying? Just being not careful and not thinking about the long-term plan. So the double standard honestly needs to stop. For women, I feel like if a woman has sex with more men, I've never called a woman who's promiscuous or any of that, who has more partners. I never called her a hoe, or I thought I just said she's an opportunistic. She's opportunistic about her approach. You know what I'm saying? She might like sex just as much as I like sex. So she might be like, hey, I'm gonna go here, I'm smashing, go rinse off, And you know, yeah, she got to rinse off.
got to rinse it.
Rinse it off. And then she might go here, but I can't call this woman a hoe. She just attracted to men, and she, you know what I'm saying? Rinse it out, you know what I'm saying? Soak it up a little bit.
Yeah. Everything before the rinse out.
And you know what I'm saying? Just make sure, but also she just make sure she protects herself. You know what I'm saying? I can't call that woman a hoe. I can't call that woman a thought. I just say she's an opportunist. She's an opportunistic in that approach. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Because if you do want marriage to be the ultimate goal, don't no man want no beat up vagina.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you that.
No woman want no beat down dick. What's the difference?
Oh, come on, somebody.
Ooh,
Hey,
Lord.
we're gonna go to Shara.
She back to the
In the
doctor.
room.
Oh my God, I couldn't believe I heard that in your mouth.
Same thing.
Come on, Shara.
Well, we talking about the double standard. Just like we don't want to be down, we don't want to be down either.
Ooh, come on,
Yes,
girl.
there is a double standard. Yes, it exists. Is it fair? Not at all.
It's not fair.
Unfortunately, women desire men who are desired by other women. It's rare that a woman wants a man who hasn't had multiple partners, unfortunately, because you want somebody who you feel like know what they're doing.
That's interesting. Tell me more.
So, in that case, you're not going to go with a man who has one sex partner. Most women are attracted to men who are more promiscuous,
Who got a woman?
who know what they're doing.
Who got a woman?
So, you know,
Yeah, no.
no, not that. But the unfortunate,
It is women out there like that.
the unfortunate reality is that because she accepts that promiscuous man, she has to be the humble and labeled all the time. And that's what he expects from her.
Absolutely.
Because he already know what he's doing. He don't want her doing the same thing.
We can't have that.
You know, men, it's a hard kill for men
That
to
is
swallow.
double standard.
And that's another double standard.
That
Because
is.
when she doing it, it ain't right. But
Men
when he
can't.
doing it, it's okay.
Man, we can't take that.
Men can't take women cheating on them.
No.
Men can't take women having multiple partners.
No.
Women have to be wholesome with one person, and that's that.
If you cheat on a man, he will not forgive
He
you.
won't forget.
We will forget.
Over
Men
and
will
over
not
again.
forgive you.
Because we know what men do when they got somebody else's woman.
Hold on. Let's talk about that.
The
sis.
thing about
And
it,
that's true. That's definitely true.
You know what you're doing when you got somebody else's woman.
but not only that, I think you all think that women
You got yourself
have an
in-
emotional side. And there is some women that can have sex with
I
multiple
promise
men
you, I know
with no
some.
emotional side.
I like you.
I know a few women who can actually be just like a man and have sex after sex and no tie, no emotional tie. Thanks, I'm good, I'm gone.
Yeah.
So, you know, but men can't swallow that pill either.
I don't even want that pill.
Right.
I don't want that pill.
That's
at all.
how,
I think it's an ego thing with men. Like if you cheated on me, you know, because every man wants to feel like they pleased their woman in the bed. So for you to go out and get it from somebody else, that takes their ego and just balls it up and just, you know, toss it out. Because, you know, like I said, even if a man is horrible, a lot of times he don't know he's horrible because why? We don't tell him.
Boom.
see, that's the problem.
I know I would.
Why don't you just say like, baby, that ain't getting it.
That wasn't
This ain't
it.
that. This ain't that.
But look, let me tell you what happens.
I mean, you should be
Please
hopeful.
advise.
You should
I'm
be
ready.
hopeful. I mean,
They readjust and sometimes it's still. I don't.
You were going to say this one. What's going to happen?
it's okay.
Sometimes they just don't have the proper equipment. And so sometimes, I'm just trying to tell you, it don't matter what you do, it just, you know, God bless you. That's just the equipment you were born with. I mean, what can
Sis,
you do?
that's terrible.
But what about the ones that got the right stuff and still don't know?
And don't know what they're doing.
That's
Come on,
terrible,
somebody.
Leave a whole lot of those
Leave a whole lot of that. I've been on both sides of that situation.
Now I totally got confused as well. Because this was my take. I think this is another take I had on the whole situation. I thought, to be honest with you, why men, I think for a reason why men really can't handle, like you said, a lot of it is ego. A lot of it is ego, like, man, she cheated on me. But I think it comes more to men, we don't view sex how women view it. Like, well, most women.
Agreed.
Have most women. Men are totally physical savages. Period. We see it, she thick, she this, she's pretty. I'm a smash, and that be it. We're not emotionally attached to it. And I think what happens for men, if your woman goes out here and cheats on you, because women have to honestly feel emotionally, something emotional to that man to allow herself to give herself to that man. That's deep to a brother.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, I cannot believe we was just in Overwise sharing a Sunday, and she out here and she done smashed him. Like that, to me, it crushes your ego.
It does.
So I think that's what the take is like, man, we think about it in that aspect. And you're right. I mean, I couldn't forgive you.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, me and my wife had to talk 1,000 times. I could cheat on her. Men can cheat forever. And the women will be more forgiving. My wife will be more forgiving and be accepted. She's not going to forgive, but she won't forgive and, do everything that the Lord taught her. But men,
I don't know about that.
cheating on you right now is over.
Yep.
When I'm in the divorce court, period.
Yeah.
Period. I'm done. There's nothing, because I'm going to always have that vision in my mind as somebody else.
Right behind you, doing the thing.
It's right. You know what I'm saying? And then number one, you already know that your woman with that man, she's gonna be even more filthier with him than she is with you. Because guess what? She ain't gotta pay bills at that point. You know what I mean? And now she out here trying to prove a point. Listen, who up next? Who got the next? I done got mad. Who got the next topic? What's the next? Who goes
But you're right, though. I mean, like, it is a double standard, but like, it really is a double standard that, men, but I understand it though, because like I said, men are territorial.
Yes.
Men are, they go out for the hunt. So yeah, they may cheat and want you to forgive, but it's that thing that I'm telling you, men, I mean, everybody in here is grown. Everybody in here is grown. So when you are with your woman and you comfort her and y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all get down. You feel like that's mine. She ain't going nowhere.
Right.
I got this. And when she go out, it's like, wait a minute.
Right. Wait a minute.
That's why I hit your ego, right? And that's why I hit your ego, because now you question yourself. Well, how do you think we feel when we get cheated on? It's the same thing.
We never think about that.
We feel the same way. It's like, wait, well, what wasn't I doing right? I did everything that this man has asked me to do, and so why did he feel the need to go out and do that? So it's the same thing. Even though you guys don't look at it like that,
Right.
It's the same thing. It does something to our self-esteem when a man goes out and cheats.
What about you? What you think? You think she in the building, ain't she?
Oh yeah, she's there. I mean, fortunately, I haven't had that experience.
No.
But
Right.
I know a lot of women who have. And so I do understand that it does. It's like a hit to the ego for us too. Especially when you're a woman who does everything for your man.
Exactly.
Like you cook, you clean, you wash your clothes, you grocery shopping, you holding the whole crib down, and then he goes cheat. It's like, well, damn, what else do I need to do? I mean, I'm putting it down in the bedroom.
Right.
I mean, I'm doing it all, and you still cheating? Like, yeah, I totally understand.
Men are terrible. Cause, Kurt, what you think? Man, we are terrible.
I'm just
Right.
I'm
Take
just
a shot.
talking about dick.
Chris.
I don't never hear her talking like that around me.
Let's keep it real, Craig.
I know, but ooh,
What you think? So what you think, cuz?
that's sharp.
Shara's a grown woman.
I know she is.
She done went through 4
But to me,
years
she
of college.
still ain't no problem with nothing.
Who knows what she was going down there around.
But see, that speaks to the double
Right.
standard. He still sees her as a little girl. He
Right.
still sees her as his young, his young family.
It shocked me too.
And one,
I was like,
sometimes in men's eyes, like our family, we can never grow up. We can never be full grown.
oh,
You'll always be somebody's little cousin or somebody's baby or somebody. So it's like, wait a minute, I know she grown, but I don't want to think about her.
No.
I don't want to think about her like that now. Ain't no man touching her.
I know, but I don't want to know.
Right. I got you. But that word came out and it was like, wait,
what you think though? What you think, cuz? We're gonna close this section out. The double standard. What we gonna be the last say on this?
Everybody had good things to say.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my bad. Because he was right. I was ready. I was like, go ahead.
Everybody had good things to say, and I mean, I'm just gonna say this. It's hard to be a man.
It is.
I'm talking about a good man, a married man,
Yes.
a faithful man. Because it's just,
Come on,
it's
somebody.
just so, I mean, I love women. I love women. Pretty women, chocolate women, dark women, light women, Puerto Rican chocolate.
Did you say Chinese stuff?
I love women.
Yes,
Pretty
sir.
women.
Yes, sir.
It's kind of, that's why I say to those, it's kind of hard being right. You have to have a strong mentality to be good, to be married as long as you've been married, Monique and Kevin been married, my Uncle Juan and them been married, and Auntie Barbara and Roddy, you gotta be, you gotta be a strong, Kira and her mom and dad have been married a long time.
42 years.
42, listen to that, 42 years.
That's incredible.
One man.
I'm almost at 10. I'm like this. I sweat every day.
Look. Like she just said, one man, one woman. 42 years. They got children and
Children.
That's why, you know, it's a double standard, nigga. It's hard. I know for women too. I know it's men that's going, hey baby, what's up? Every day I know it is.
Has to be a choice.
Yeah.
Has to be a choice.
Well, you can't say that a woman or a man can't be a thought. So it's just both. It's thought man, thought woman. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. So it's just hard for both sets. Like what would you say, Sean? The women want the man where everybody else wants. The attractive man.
Right. I've been there, you know.
Yeah, same thing. They don't want nobody else want.
That's wrong.
That's true. That's another topic.
Yeah.
That's topic. We want some uncharted territory.
That's what I'm talking about. I want the one that ain't nobody even look. I go through here to be finding one that ain't nobody even looking at. Hey girl, come here.
Right, the lady who just tried to kick us out.
Yeah,
She might have been right.
she be the one over there blushing. Oh, what's up? Oh no. Get her home, she a freak.
Turned up.
Yeah,
In the street, in the freaking
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah, all that crazy stuff.
But that's going to close this segment of Keep It Real Reloaded. And we'll be back to close it out after this. Keep It Real Reloaded. And we're about to close out the show. Got one segment left, and then the always entertaining stay a ride out section of the show. But this third section of the show, we're actually going to be talking about being black or being colored. What are your thoughts of being black or a person of color in America? And with the presidential election coming up, they just had a Democratic convention earlier this week. Obama was amazing. They had the Republican one early last week. It's really an important time right now for us as black Americans to get out and let our voices be heard. There's been a lot of things we talked about on the last show about the police officers killing unarmed black men and just black on black crime, period. In America, as a black person, these are my thoughts. There's some things that need to be changed as far as us and our thought process, period. But how I feel at being black in America, I feel the exact same way that I felt in the 80s, the 90s, 2000, and now 2016. I've always felt that it was an uneven playing field. I always felt that we always had to do more. Well, I had to do more myself as a black man in order to be accepted. I also felt that the only reason that I was cool, or may have been cool with a lot of people, even in high school, was because I played on Friday nights, which is totally crazy. Quick story, when I was in high school, we rode under the Confederate flag for the first two and a half years of my high school career. As a black person, the Confederate flag just is a symbol of oppression, a symbol of slavery, of just complicated situations being black in America, and that was a symbol that I was going to school under every single day with those thoughts and those feelings. It never brought me down because I had a strong mind and I was very confident in who I was, But being black in America is really a tough thing. You've never experienced walking into a grocery store or walking into a store at all when people look at you and follow you around like you ain't got no sense. You never had that where you actually can be at a stoplight and the police can be at a stoplight. Y'all make eye contact, and because you're black in Oak Park, River Forest area, that they're gonna pull you over because they feel like you're not supposed to be in this area. I actually had one of my former colleagues that I worked with who actually took pictures for me for my first Keep It Real show, and I'm passing on over. She actually gave me a call, frantically upset because of the fact that she had got pulled over by the state police, who just so happened to be a white man. She's a black woman in America, a white man. And she said, Robert, he asked me, what am I doing out here because my type do not belong out here.
Wow.
This is 2016, and
Wow.
the white gentleman told her that her kind does not belong out here. There's some things in America that need to be changed, and some perceptions. Being black in America, we are behind enemy lines, and it is hostile. It is hostile for us, and you may not understand that not being black, but trust me, it's hostile. Cicely, what you think?
I have to agree because I have two sons, and at this time in America, is before the recent killings happened. Back in May, I rented my son a Camaro. It was yellow for prom. The next day after prom, he was driving the Camaro. He was going to take my nephew home, and he went in Creek. He was in Creek.
Yeah.
The Will County boys saw them at the gas station, waited for them to get back in the car and pull off, and they followed them and stopped them. The white officer told my son, he asked him for all his information, he ran his name, and then he told my son that he was only looking for drugs. He thought that they probably had drugs in the car, asked could he search the car, and let them go. He had no other reason to stop them. They weren't speeding, they weren't doing anything wrong. So being black in America is always on guard. You're always having to be, on guard. When somebody is, when we see a police, it's not the same thing as when white people see police. When we see police, we're like, okay, here we go. Because you already know that, it's a chance that they can stop you just for being black, just because they're looking for whatever they're looking for. So, I'm a proud black woman. I'm glad to be black in America right now. And believe me, Robert, I drive for Uber, and a lot of the white people tell me that they feel it. They feel the tension.
Okay.
It's there. It's there, and they want it gone as well. And one woman even told me, she said, I grew up in Naperville. She said, the racism has always been there, but it just wasn't out in the open. Post-Trump, it's just, they just snatched the scab off and just exposed what was already there, but it just was on a level. You're right. The playing field has never been level. We've always, we've never had the same opportunities as they have. But you know what? I keep thriving. I hope and pray for change. They disrespected our president many times. They disrespected him for 8 years. He still held his head high. He still maintained who he is. And to date, he's the most successful president that ever took office. So it's because of that I can still hold my head up and say, you know what? Even if it don't change, I'm still proud to be black in America.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Craig, what you think? Being black in America.
It's rough, man. You sit back and watch brothers, on YouTube or whatever, you watch people just get, police just try to manhandle people, man. Police ain't nothing but a gang. Ain't nothing but a big gang. You know what I'm saying? Like she said, it's hard being black right now. It's always, I mean, it's been hard, it's always been hard. But now it's real hard. You can't even, you got people going to the store with Skittles and 7-Up getting killed.
Right.
You got people just, you know, you just, mind your own business, police pull you over. So it's hard being black nowadays, but see, the one thing about it is, even when you're black, you still gotta remember this. Whatever they're doing in the dark gonna come to the light sooner or later. It's gonna come to a head. So if you legitimately right on what you're doing out here in the streets, don't get paranoid with the police. You got your insurance, all that, let them do their thing. They can't do nothing but let you go. But some people they just feel like it's their right to bark up against the police. Humbug. You can't beat the biggest gang in the world.
No.
They're the police. And then if you fight them and they pull you out the car, you think you'd be fighting by yourself? I mean, it's gonna be you and him fighting one-on-one?
No.
Man, by the time you get to fighting, he gonna be doing this. It's gonna be 5 or 6 cops. You gonna get beat up with snipe sticks. You see it all the time. What did?
Yeah, absolutely.
They gonna shoot you. They're like, okay, they saw the white boy. He tasered him. But that was a brother that shot him.
True.
Get on the ground, and they kept telling him, please don't make me shoot you. Please don't make me shoot you. He tasered him. That was a brother. He told him once or twice and shot him. It's just a double standard. Like, it's hard being black, but you got to be very careful when you deal with the police.
Promise.
You got to be very careful.
You see, even after doing nothing wrong, you can still be killed.
That's what I'm saying.
After complying with their request,
Yes.
you can still be shot. Man, hands up in the air.
That's tough. That's tough. That's the tough part. That's tough.
Yeah.
Because then, if I'm complying to everything that you're saying, and I'm still getting shot, then you got situations like New Orleans. You got situations like Dallas, which I don't think they're right. I don't think that those gentlemen should have went on a police killing rampage or a police killing vendetta, because 2 wrongs don't make a right outcome. But those guys they felt something. They felt something inside of them when they were saying, you know what, I'm not marching no more. I'm not going to many more of these things that we can talk about what we need to do as black people to change. I am taking this into my own hands, and I'm willing to die for it. And that's exactly what they did. And until we get an understanding as black people, you know, we're equal. We should be. I mean, in America, we got our rights now. 1960 something. 1960 something. We got our rights. We got our rights though.
But we ain't equal to them people, man.
But it's still an uneven playing field. Shara, what you think? Being black in America.
Being black in America is tough. Gotta stay prayed up.
Yes.
Absolutely. Because, you know, people don't value us. They don't value the African American dollar, which is a big thing. Because if you think about your communities,
Right.
all of the cultures and races are making money from our culture.
From us, yeah.
Our beauty supplies, our Sukins,
So young now, y'all.
they getting all our money. Our Sitkos and Marathon Sharks,
Right.
they own all that.
I want Sharks.
Our liquor stores, they own all that. Everything in our community is owned by someone else, and they're prospering from it. And it's so unfortunate, because when you look at the Hispanic race, when you enter into their areas, you know you're in their area.
Yes.
True.
Why?
That's
Because
so
they
true.
own all of their
That's so
businesses.
true.
They don't have to go to Ultra and Food for Less and Jewels and
So right.
Mariano's, because they own their own stores, they own their own restaurants,
Pete's.
they own their own clothing,
Yes.
their own laundromats. I mean, they own everything that they need to be
No,
self-sufficient.
that's true. That's
So
true.
what's so unfortunate is that they don't even appreciate us. And then they don't even appreciate our dollar.
Nope.
Like, really? I'm giving you my money, but I don't have value.
I'm gonna
You
give
know,
this one to my list.
But that's what I'm saying. It's so unfortunate that, you know, and then the other double standard to that is that we don't even support our own.
It's true.
Like, black lives don't even matter to us.
Come on,
We
somebody.
killing each other too.
So
Like, we mad at the police for shooting us, but that brother just shot somebody, 5 people yesterday. You know, it's an unfortunate thing because we don't even value us. And we look at the other populations to value us, but when are we gonna see our worth?
So true.
You know, and the policing is a big thing, and it's a big thing that's on the forefront now, but it's been happening. When you look at all these tapes and stuff that has come out, they ain't 2016 tapes. These tapes are old. Like McClellan McDonald was what, 2011? Like this is stuff that's been happening. It's just that the cameras are new.
The cameras are new, yeah.
The smartphones are new.
Yeah.
And it's so unfortunate when you see someone pulled over, you want to pull over just to get your phone ready. Because you want to make sure it's seen.
That's terrible.
And I see people pulled over all the time. I slow down like, ooh, do I need to get over there and say, wait a minute, why they put on my phone?
No, that's real.
Because even with the camera coverage and all of that, it still don't matter. They still shoot. You see somebody filming, you don't care, they still cover. That just shows that what black in America means. It means nothing. But in their pockets, it means a lot. We're very valuable.
Absolutely.
And you know, we don't own enough businesses and support each other enough to be able to say, we won't go to Mariano's, we won't go to Target, we won't go to Walmart. Why? Because none of us own anything in that industry that we don't have to go to those places. So, you know, being black in America is unfortunate, but being black, I'm proud.
Proud to be black. And you're absolutely right. I love the fact that you referenced my friends, the Hispanic, because of the fact that, man, they got the best food ever.
In the world, man, look. Tacos, no onions.
Right. Lord have mercy. But you're absolutely right. But what they have is something that we as a people didn't have, and it started back then. We never had the opportunity to join together as one. We've been fighting and talking about black unity for how long? You know what I'm saying? Harriet. We've been back since Harriet, Marcus Garvey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who, Malcolm, Martin had a dream. You know what I'm saying? Jesse.
Malcolm, by any means necessary.
By any means, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is the fact that we still haven't grasped a hold to any of that. And the fact is the fact that we're constantly in competition with one another when we should be lifting and pulling our brothers and our sisters up and working together to get black banks, black businesses. You know what I'm saying? Coming up with our own. You know how many things in America have been inspired or created by black people? So you telling me those minds just stopped when those people died? No, they didn't. There's so many smart and innovative young black people, old black people, middle-aged black people out here, that we all put our minds together. We can do anything that we possibly want to do. The only thing that's restricting us is us and our togetherness.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? If we actually form and come together for real, not just for show, but for real, with a mindset of we are not going to put up with this anymore. We're going to start internally and build outwards. They won't be able to stop us. And you're going to have to pay attention to us. You're going to have to respect us because we're not killing each other no more. We're building up. We're building up. That's one of the craziest things ever is the fact that you see one of your brothers, or you see a gang of young brothers on the street, you kind of get nervous because you like, it might kick off on me at any time. So we always, right, we already got our guards up when it comes to each other, which never should be.
Yeah.
When I see that brother, I should be like, man, what's up, dog? But a lot of times we got our guards up because in their mind they're trying to think that I'm gonna get this one, you know what I mean? Or he a lame, I'm gonna get him.
Well, society has painted that picture too
Yes.
as well. I mean, you know, social media, news, everything shapes people's ideas.
Absolutely.
So when you see all the gang violence and you see everyone is a black African American man with sagging pants, he might have dreads, he might not, but he has this, and that. When you see him, you automatically like on guard. Right. And that's just honest. You know, we get angry at the other cultures who are prejudiced to our culture, but we're just as prejudiced within our own culture. Colorism is a big thing in our culture. You know, light skin, brown skin, dark skin, that's a big thing in our culture. But if it was another culture doing that to us, we would be angry. But we do it to ourselves. So we really need to just learn our work within our culture and outside of our culture.
Right.
So right, sir. That is so true. The fact that, there are, like Robert said, you see a group of young black men, you're not with their pants sagging. You're not looking like, oh, they're so smart and intelligent. No. I'm grabbing my purse a little closer to me because I'm scared they might knock me over the head or, you know, you know what I mean? And so it is, that's unfortunate, you know, for us that, you know, aren't about that life. We, you know, look at them like, you know.
Get your life.
Exactly. It is.
Get it together.
Exclamation point.
You know, you never want you raise your kids so that, you know, they're respectable. All I've ever wanted for my sons were to be a productive citizen.
Right.
Just be productive. Don't be out there taking nothing from nobody. You know, let's just be productive. And when my son grew dreads, every day, for a long time I said no. It wasn't until he got old enough that he was able to, that he grew. And I was just like, you don't understand. First of all, when you go out, you're a black man. So that's one strike against you. You're black and you're a man. Those are two strikes against you as soon as you go out. Then you put the dreads on.
Yes.
Then now that's another strike against you. Now they're really looking at you. And you 6'4", 300 pounds. So you big and black, you know, now you looking like, I'm just saying, like you big, oh my goodness, he should be, but he, you know, you looking at this big guy, and he's as humble as he is so humble, so sweet, you know, but you don't see that. You can't see his personality from just looking at him. You see this big black thug coming, and this is the last thing I want to say. At the Trump rallies, those white people were beating up on the people that were coming up in there. You know, if you were black or they would beat up. So when they're violent, it's okay. When they're violent, it's okay. They're standing for the cause.
Right,
when we're violent, we're thugs.
Right. So true. Craig, what you got? That's it. All right, y'all. We're gonna close the whole show out, and I want to thank all of y'all for y'all participation in this whole situation. We're gonna close the session out with our Stay or Ride Out section of Keep It Real Reloaded, and in this section it's called Stay or Ride Out. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you 4 topics, and you're gonna say either stay if you think they should stay, give your reason, or ride out, give your reason, and then we're gonna move on from there. It's real quick, real fast, like my little speed round on the show. So, we're gonna start from left to right. Will Smith, Suicide Squad. Craig, stay or ride out on Will Smith. You not feeling Willie no more?
Suicide Squad?
What about Will, period?
Yeah, I like Will. But Suicide Squad? Come on, dude. That movie's gonna be the same thing. What's that movie he had? He played a superhero.
Hancock?
Yeah, God.
Love Hancock.
Well, Shara, you gotta buy it. So Shara,
Yeah, I'm kind of like.
what do you think about Willie?
Anybody in my family know I love Will
She
Smith.
loves Will Smith.
So I'm gonna stay with it.
Stay with
only
Willie.
I
I heard you take your shirt off.
Yeah, I'm just ready for it. You know, I support all Will Smith things.
Sure,
All things
supports
Will
Will.
Smith, I'm in.
With me, I'm gonna say ride out. I'm tired of giving Willie money. I've been giving Willie money since parents just don't understand.
I'm telling you.
You know what I'm saying? I supported Willie when he was on the Fresh Prince, when he did that 6 degrees of separation. Question mark, Willie. I'm calling him.
Don't do it.
Hey, I've been supporting you all the way up until you had Jay. And now I can't do Suicide. I'm not giving you no more of my money, Willie. Ride out. Cicely.
I probably am the only person in the room that don't even know what Suicide Squad is, so I
What about Willie then?
I love Will Smith,
Okay.
and he's a quality actor. He's, you know, so other than maybe a few little shady things, he's been 100. So I'm gonna say stay.
She gonna stay? Girl, Craig said go. Gucci man. Cicely, we're gonna stay with you. You got young kids, so I know you're gonna hire Gucci man.
I have, and I'm gonna stay right out. You know, just say my thing. I mean, I'm old school. You say Tupac, Biggie, I'm with you. I'm stay out of the way. But these younger rappers, they just took, in my opinion, they're just not talking about anything. Everybody's talking about the same thing. You got a nice hook, you got a nice beat,
Good.
you got a good song. But so I'm gonna say right out.
Gucci right out. Craig, what you think?
Get him up out of here.
Get Gucci up out of here.
I ain't like when he was Big Gucci.
He used to be Big Gucci?
Yeah, he lost a lot of
He lost a lot of weight.
Wait, his name was Big Gucci then?
No.
I was gonna say.
He gave him a name.
Sharp, Gucci.
I'm riding with Gucci.
Oh.
I'm winning Gucci. You know, Gucci, I still think he like that one that never really blew. Like, yeah, he got all these criminal things, and because he's in jail so much, that could be a factor.
That could be a factor.
But I like Gucci. I think he get one more shot. One more shot.
Shara said stay.
I'm staying with Gucci.
Gucci, man.
That you gonna have a hot guy. Oh no.
I'm from the old school. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting on this bad boy concert
I'll be
I wanna
there.
in August.
I'll put
You
it
and
up.
Kira probably going to
I'm
it.
going.
Oh.
And if Gucci ain't on Bad Boy's label, I can't mess with him. Gucci ride out. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. We ain't got no choice but stay and ride out. I'm gonna say both of them. If I had to lean more towards, we ain't got no choice. So I guess we gonna stay until no. But I guess after Obama's speech, I'm telling Hillary, so we're gonna have to keep them stay.
Don't Trump on me.
I'm staying with Hillary. I'm staying. Hillary ran the country the first time when her husband was in office. So hey, I know that she's going to do a superb job, and I don't want to fool for a president. So I'm staying with Hillary.
Stay, Charlotte.
Staying with Hillary. I mean, the Clinton administration wasn't the best. However, I can't Trump America.
Can't Trump.
That's a fool that's transparent. He already telling you what he gonna do before he get there.
Exactly.
So why would you even vote for
He
him?
gonna build a wall.
He gonna build them walls.
Craig, what about you?
Donald Trump got a ride.
Trump riding.
Yeah, I mean, come on, do this. Look what he's doing. He telling me what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen.
Hey, can't do nothing but respect him though.
Right.
At least he keeping it 100. You know, I'm trying to get him on to keep it real reloaded. Donald, listen. He's on his show. Keep it real reloaded. Hit me up.
Oh my God.
And the last one. Dwayne Wade has made his triumphant return to Chicago.
See red.
See red.
I don't care. See red.
See red. So Craig, what's your tweak on D Wade and the shot?
What? Dwayne Wade?
Right or stay?
Stay right out.
I love this though. It's
Right out.
Craig said right out.
Because the reason why is Dwayne Wade's going to retire in the next couple of years. I mean, he come to Chicago when he finna be sitting down. Now we'd have Dwayne Wade back then when they used to call him
Flash.
Flash.
Yes, sir.
Now he just balling.
Sharp.
He ain't
Stay.
See red.
See red all day.
Red.
I don't think it's gonna hurt the Wolves.
I don't think it's gonna hurt him.
I mean, we could have did worse, but you know our front office will do worse.
Yes, they will.
So I'm gonna go with stay for the hometown hero.
What about you, sis?
hometown hero.
I'm a little on the fence with that one. I actually kind of agree with him because, like, you come to Chicago, you a Chicago legend. You come back when you about to retire, and you know, I don't know about that. So I don't even know if I want to stay right out. I gotta wait, and I'm in the middle.
Stay right out or neutral?
I'm in the middle. I don't want to ride out on him too soon, cause you know, I'm in the middle.
This is
I'm gonna stay with him right
okay,
now.
I'm saying, this is cute really going first.
I'm gonna stay right
Somebody
now.
goes neutral.
I'm gonna stay for right now.
She gonna stay. With me, I'm gonna say it don't matter because Golden State got Kevin Durant.
Right.
So he can stay or he can go. As long as you bring Gabby, you all right.
But you're supposed to stay all right out.
Right, I can't be loose because he just gonna say it in a different way.
But you get to choose both. You have to stay all right out.
It's Gabby with him. If Gabby with him, if Gabby with you, he can stay.
No, ain't no stipulations. It's either stay all right out.
I'm gonna be in a couple of games, so I can see what's going on. So I'm gonna say stay. It couldn't hurt the boys at all. So that's gonna be the closing of Keep It Real Reloaded. And you know how we do it every time. I want to thank Craig Harrison for coming on the show and spending time with me. LaShawn Riddell, thank you for coming on and being on the show. Cicely Argue, thank you for coming on and being on the show. Felicia East was here. Fifi, we want to thank you for being on the show. And I always close it out like I always close it out. In the great words of Melody, the dice gonna do what the dice gonna do. In order to play the game, in order to win the game, you gotta play. Sometimes you're gonna crack out, sometimes you might hit, but you gotta play in order to win. Now we'll see you next time on Keep It Real Reloaded, and I'm out. Yeah!
Before the night was over, yeah, I'm not shy, no, we can get closer. Now we're dancing on each other like we're lovers. I like how you move like that, I like how you move like that. I had to get to you before the night was over.